Hey, Jim. This is Sumit Sagal from Las Vegas. I was trying to conceptualize the concept of pro-rata rule. And to help me understand it, if a person is making $120,000 a year and is self-employed and has been contributing every year to SEP IRA, now decides to open up a Roth IRA and make a contribution of $6,000 directly into that account. Is this scenario where the SEP IRA will also be subject to the pro rata rule? Thank you so much.
Okay, Sumit is asking about the pro rata rule, and I think there's a little confusion here. The pro rata rule involves the backdoor Roth IRA process. If you are going to do a backdoor Roth IRA, which is a two-step process, right? You put money into a traditional IRA that you don't get a deduction for, and then the next day you convert it to a Roth IRA. Okay, two steps there, the contribution step and the conversion step. If you're going to do that, the pro rata rule applies, meaning that you really need to zero out your SEP IRAs, traditional IRAs, rollover IRAs, simple IRAs, etc. by December 31st of the year you do the conversion step. But in this situation, it doesn't sound like the pro rata rule applies at all. The example given was making $120,000 a year with some money in a SEP IRA and contributing to a Roth IRA. Well, there's no pro rata rule involved there, right? You can make a direct contribution to a Roth IRA if your modified adjusted gross income is less than $139,000 for single people and $206,000 for those filing jointly in 2020. So at $120,000, this doesn't apply to you at all. You can just contribute to your SEP IRA. You can contribute to your Roth IRA. There's no pro rata at all. The pro rata only applies when you're doing backdoor Roth IRAs. Now, if your income doubled, all of a sudden, you wouldn't be able to do a direct Roth IRA contribution. If you wanted to contribute to a Roth IRA, you would have to do a backdoor Roth IRA, and you'd have to do something with that SEP IRA. What most people do is open a solo 401k for their 1099 work and make their contributions there going forward and roll the SEP IRA in there going forward. And then that eliminates the pro rata issue. But in this case, there is no pro rata issue, so you should be fine. If you want your questions answered by the White Coat Investor, record your question at whitecoatinvestor.com/YQA or click the link in the description.